Like, why are you trying to make everything look rustic? They are a little bit ridiculous, I will say. I don't know, I don't love the texture of it.
Guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, so all your help would be awesome. Thank you also to all my members who have joined my membership. All your support means the world to me, so thank you so much. Okay, so guys, today I wanted to talk about Chanel because I haven't talked about it in a while, and I've seen a lot of photos on my social media about their latest Métiers collection. And I thought some of the bags were a little bit different to maybe what we're used to seeing. You know, the last few years, I think a lot of people have been into like the mini vanity bags, the heart shapes, the little cutesy Kelly style miniature bags, the mini square and all that, those like little mini bags. But now it seems like these like bigger, slouchier Chanel bags are currently cool. I mean, we have had the Chanel 22, which was a bit of a slouchy big bag, but we're seeing even more of these styles on the runway. So let's talk about it today, guys. First bag is this hobo style, and I saw Tash_PS post this on Instagram, just some close-ups, but I've also found some photos on Purse Pops. This style here is a hobo style with these like two pockets on the side, and then it kind of like scrunches in at the middle with a drawstring. I've seen this style in like a number of colors, and they've done it for the past few collections, but because this is a Métiers collection, it tends to be a bit more opulent. They really focus on, I guess, more elevated pieces. So they've done a metallic version in gold, and it looks like this is a caviar leather. Now, I will say that the leather looks interesting. I would say the style, there's a lot going on. You've got the chain, you've got the pockets, you've got the drawstring. It's not the prettiest bag, and I don't think this would necessarily appeal to those who have been more into those like cutesy bags. It's less, I don't know, it has a bit more of like a boho kind of look because it is a hobo bag, and I know that a lot of brands have been doing hobo styles lately, and they've been very like best sellers, and I think that's because a shoulder bag, like I personally prefer a shoulder bag recently as well. And because the Chanel 22 has also been very popular, this could be another great alternative to that. But I actually don't know the prices, guys. And the pockets on the side, it does give me kind of like, not really, but like kind of like Lindy vibes, because you've got that kind of scrunchiness in the middle, and then you've got those pockets on the side as well. So also, I guess you could compare it to maybe a Loewe hammock bag. It's that kind of silhouette as well. And Chanel hasn't really necessarily done that before. So interesting for Chanel to do this kind of silhouette. I wouldn't say it's really, doesn't really reference their history or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure about it. I think there's a lot going on. Like you've got the drawstring, then you've got the pockets, and it's a lot happening. And then to top it off, it's in a metallic color. But let me know what you think about it. Here we have another hobo bag, which seems to be in more of like a nubuck leather, and it's in a camel color with the brushed gold hardware. Now, what's really interesting about this is that it has these thick kind of buckly straps, which is not very typical of Chanel, and then they've got the chains. Yeah, this is very random for Chanel to do, I would say. Although they have done these kind of styles in the past, I don't know if this is going to be super popular. Again, it's a bit of that like slouchy hobo look, and I think slouchy bags are really trending at the moment. Like, yeah, whereas maybe in the past people were more into like the classic flapper, those structured bags. People really like that like effortless, like kind of worn in look. And this definitely has that, right? And then to top it off, they've got the double bag thing happening, which is very reminiscent of, I guess, what Carl kind of did in the 90s as well. You know, and Fendi does it a lot, the double bag kind of look. And it's currently, I think, back in fashion, because we've seen a lot of brands currently doing that, like, you know, wearing multiple bags at once thing. And it's an easy way to upsell as well, because, you know, if you're a sales associate, you can like be like, oh, you can get the big bag and then tie the mini bag on it and, you know, make so much more money. In terms of making money as well, it's a way to push more sales. But what you can see here is that this little miniature bag is kind of hooked with a bag charm loop as well. So it's intended to be like hooked on the bag. So it's not like they've just tied it on randomly. It is kind of a little bit more
thought out, I suppose. And this dark burgundy like micro bag as well, that color is quite beautiful. I'd hate to think of how much it costs though, because Chanel micro bags just cost a bomb for what they are as well. But I do think that's quite cute, that like double bag thing. But the bag itself, I don't know if that's going to be really that popular. But even if you look actually at the sides of the bag, the base of it is more in a black leather. So it's kind of like the same kind of vibe to a Gabrielle bag, the two-tone look, but it's a lot less structured. It's an interesting bag, but yeah, I can't see it being like the hottest bag ever. And then going back to that other hobo style, it also comes in like a caramel tone. So yeah, it's very like neutral, I guess. And they've also dangled from it a micro bag again. So I guess the benefit of these like big slouchy bags is that you can attach other bags to it, right? Which looks really cute. I mean, I even do it with like my Coach swing zip tote. I've attached like a micro bag to it, which just adds a little bit of flavor. Or even this Ferragamo bag with like a matching micro bag as well. And I personally love it when the micro bag like matches the bigger bag. So it's like a mama and a baby. But here it's like a hobo bag with like a random mini bag, which also looks cool. And then they even have like another bag charm on top of that. But when I zoom in on this caviar leather, I don't know, I don't love the texture of it. I think the nice thing about a slouchy bag is it tends to be in a really thick, gorgeous leather. But when it's in this like plasticky caviar, I don't think it really works. Because I would say with Chanel, when it's a caviar and it's a more structured bag, it kind of looks okay. But then I don't think caviar kind of drapes really nicely when it's all oversized and big like this. But what do you think, guys? I think this would have been much nicer in like some sort of grained, crumpled calf skin, or like something similar to their 2.55 bag even. Because I would say like with like Hermes bags, and when it comes to a slouchy shape, this looks better in more of like a thick grained leather, I think, or even just like a smooth, it has to be like a luxurious leather if it's going to be on such a big scale, because otherwise it kind of just looks like crinkly, and I don't know, I just don't think it looks that good, honestly, the caviar in that big slouchy shape. Maybe it looks better in real life, but yeah, I would just say I'm not a huge fan of that. Now, going back to this mini bag, it is adorable. It's in metallic, and then it features this kind of like pearls on the brooch part with a heart, which everyone loves a little heart. And yes, it also has that little hook, so you can hook it onto little bags as well. Then there's this like pillow bag. Now, I think this is in a satin, which is very fancy. And it's giving me like similar vibe to the Chanel 19, but you know, it's just an updated version. It's a bit of a pillow style, easy to clutch, looks very cutesy with the fluffy cardigan as well. It's like this like sleepy bedtime look, which I quite like. Yes, it is quite a cute little bag, that pillowy one. And I love on the runway how they've kind of clutched it like that. I think it kind of looks like satin to me, but correct me if I'm wrong, it could be some sort of iridescent leather, but I do love the fluffy like ensemble with the satin. I just think that looks so cute. And even like her eyeliner, yeah, it's kind of like a mod vibe in a way. And then again, fluffy texture with the satin I think is adorable with this green look, and then the like brocade, it's kind of like an oriental kind of skirt. Yeah, it's quite opulent. So yeah, satin, it does look great on the runway. But satin, I would say in real life is a bit of a nightmare. I don't have any satin bags because they're more of an evening style, I would say, and something you wouldn't wear endlessly. Perhaps like the hobo bag, right? Like that's more of a daily bag. The satin bag's more of an occasional bag. Now, what I also noticed was that Chanel are bringing back this like bowling bag style, which they have occasionally done over the years. One of my first Chanel bags I bought on eBay was like this bowling bag style with like a pink suede kind of two-tone look. And I picked it up for like 600 Australian dollars. I remember it was an absolute bargain. But at the time when I bought it back in like 2017 or so, it was really out of fashion, and that's why I got it for so cheap. And it was a really big bag, and back then everyone was looking for mini bags and cute, like even like the Diana bag and all that. Like people were more into that. It was really out of fashion. But now it's back, right? So, you know, with Chanel, they're kind of always referencing their past collections. And yes, I did sell that bag. I didn't have that for very long because I thought it looked a bit dated. And honestly, looking at some of these bags on the runway, they do look a little bit dated. I don't know. For me, it looks it doesn't look current. It looks like like they've got bags from the from like the consignment store and they're just trying to style them in new ways or something. But yeah, especially these bowling bags, like they don't look very current to me. But I mean, I would say in terms of the trends, people are going for these bigger bags, bags that fit more things. And as I said, the double bag trend is a little bit easier to do if you have a bigger bag. So yeah, this white bowling bag, they've paired with this gorgeous little purse. I love the purse with the little Mademoiselle lock and the bijou chain. That is so cute, little structured bag. That's probably one of my favorite bags out of this whole collection. And then also notice how the bowling bag is in white caviar, which, I don't know, I used to love caviar. I like caviar in a structured bag, but in a slouchy bag, I just think it looks a bit weird. And again, they've matched it with a very cute little micro bag, which is giving me vintage vibes. Apparently, like even that little tassel and the way that the edge is, it's very vintagey. And when they always use this brushed gold hardware, I feel like it's made to look vintage, which I don't love, because I feel like, can't you just make it look current day? Like, why are you trying to make everything look rustic? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of brushed gold myself. I don't mind matte gold, like when Hermes does like a matte gold in the special order. I think that looks good. But when it's like a brushed gold where it's like, looks like it's fading off and it's chipping, I don't really like that look, to be honest. And Chanel always does it, and I just don't think it looks good. Now there's this also little crescent moon. It literally looks like a croissant, you guys. This micro bag would fit a lipstick maybe, and that's it. It's definitely more of like a piece you would wear with like an evening dress or something like that, or you may loop it around the handle of like a bigger bag, perhaps like as an accessory. But I did see a few of these like micro croissant bags. They are a little bit ridiculous, I will say, and they don't really look that great anyways, so in my opinion. Then you have a bucket bag with very minimal branding on it, actually, which, you know, is a little bit refreshing, I suppose, but it's just a drawstring with this kind of like pleated outer layer with quilting. And it looks like it has a little chain inside as well. Yeah, it's cute. I mean, I think that would be quite nice. It could go from day to night as well, a little bag like that. But definitely my favorite was this structured purse style with the reissue chain. Love that. And especially in the dark brown with silver. I think that is adorable. That's definitely the cutest bag out of the whole collection. Or there was these back to the micro vanities that everyone loves. This one is adorable too. I will say the white with the gold is very cute, and I much prefer this to like the croissant looking bag or some of the other bags we saw. Another vanity case, but this is in a black velvet, which I've noticed in the Métiers dark collections, they tend to always use velvet and satin and metallic, so it's very in line with that. And this one even looks like it has a little dangling coin purse on the side as well. That's a very classic looking Chanel bag, and I think vanities are always very Chanel. Now, a very interesting bag was this kind of like, it looks like a cosmetics case with like a strap, and she's kind of clutched it with her glove. That was very interesting. And then the CC detail is very similar to the Chanel 19 logo. It's different, I guess. I've never seen Chanel do a style like that. It also came in like a white color. Kind of looks like a little like dumpling or wonton or something. Kind of cute. I don't mind it, but probably not my favorite. I'm not obsessed with it. Yeah, if I was forced to buy something from this collection, it would have to be the little white structured purse bag with the Mademoiselle lock. I think that is adorable. But that's probably about it. I wasn't a huge, I mean, I like a big bag, but I don't think that these big bags look very current, and I don't like the finishes they did with the caviar or even the patent leather. I'm not a huge fan of personally, but let me know, guys, what you think about some of the newer Chanel bags. Are you into it? Do you prefer it to some of the previous Chanel collections, or are you really over it? Yes, but anyways, thanks for watching my video today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.